Okay, so we've got to solve these equations. So we have to get the logs together. So we've got log base 2 of x plus 14 minus, and then we'll put the 2 up. And then that means we're dividing. So we're going to have log base 2 of x plus 14 over x squared equals 2. And then we can write it exponentially. 2 to the 2 equals x plus 14 over x squared. Cross multiply, we're going to have 4x squared. And I'm going to get everything over because it's quadratic and it needs to be equal to 0. And this needs to factor. So we should have a 4x here and an x here and a 7 and 2 here because the outside's 8 and the insides will get to -1. We need a plus and a minus. So x is going to equal -7/4 or x equals 2. And if you look at the original equation, it can't be that one because of this. So it's just x equals 2. So for b, we're going to have to change a base. So we're going to have log base 2 of x plus 14 over log base 2 of 4. So remember, it's log of the big over log of the small minus log base 2 of x equals 1. Okay, now this on the denominator is going to be 2. And we'll multiply through by 2. So this is just going to leave that by itself. Minus 2, which I'm going to just put up straight away. And that's also 2. This can go together by dividing. And we're back to where we were. So, this is this one up here. So the answer here is also going to be x equals 2. Okay, so for this one, we will change base. So that's going to be log base 2 of x plus 6 over log base 2 of 4, which we know from last time that's 2. So cross multiply by 2 over here, and we'll put that up. And we have that x squared is going to equal x plus 6, quadratic. So x and x, it's got to be 3 and 2, because we're going to minus and plus. So x is 3 or x is -2. And because of that up there, it can't be that. For this one, we've got the absolute value of the natural log of x plus 3 is 1. So I know we haven't gone through this exactly, but if the absolute value of something is 1, then we know what's inside of here is either plus or minus 1, because the absolute value of +1 is 1 and the absolute value of -1 is 1. All right? So that means the natural log of x plus 3 equals plus or minus 1. All right? So we can write this exponentially. Either base e to the 1 is x plus 3, or e to the -1 is x plus 3. And x is going to equal e minus 3, or x equals 1 over e minus 3. Okay, 48. Okay, so we have 2 natural log x squared. I'm going to minus 3 natural log x plus 1 equals 0. You might think that the 2 would come up here. No. This is a hidden quadratic. So we make w natural log x, which means w squared is natural log x squared, which, by the way, is not equal to this, okay? So we will have 2w squared minus 3w plus 1 equals 0, factoring 1 and 1, and we need a negative and a negative to make the positive 1 and the negative 3. So w is 1/2 or w is 1, but w is not what we're solving for. We're solving for x. So natural log x is w. Natural log x is 1. So for this one, we're going to have e to the 1/2 is x, or e to the 1 is x. So this one, I'm going to make this log base 5. So we're going to have log base 5 of 5 over log base 5 of x equals log base 5 of x. Okay, so the top thing is 1. So we're going to just have 9, because this is 1. 9 over log, and then we can square, cross multiply, and that's going to be squared. All right, so when we square root, we're going to have plus or minus 3 over here. And then we have x equals 5 to the third, or x equals 5 to the negative third. So either 125 or 1 over 125. Okay, so for this one, similar to what we just did, I'm going to get this to be log base 5. And that's 1. So this is 25 over log base 5 of x. And this is 9 log base 5 of x. So I'm going to cross multiply and divide by 9. So that's that, and that's 25 over 9. When we take the square root, you have plus or minus 5 over 3. And then we're going to have 5 to the plus or minus 5 over 3 equals x. So for this one, I'll start by getting this to be log base 8 of 8 over log base 8 of x. And then that's 1. So that's 1, and I'm going to multiply everything by log base 8 of x. So we're going to have 9 log base 8 of x squared equals 6 log base 8 of x plus 8. So I'm going to do like this, get it, because this is a hidden quadratic. And we make w log base 8 of x. So we're going to have 9w squared minus 6w minus 8 equals 0. And this has to factor. So it should be 3w and 3w, and then 4 and 2. And we need a negative 12 plus 6. So negative 12 plus 6 gives that. So we've got w is negative 2/3, or w is 4/3. And then remember, w is this. Okay, so we have that x equals 8 to the negative 2 over 3, which is going to be 1 over the cubed root of 8 squared, which is 1 over 4, because cubed root 8 is 2, and 2 squared. And then here we're going to have x is 8 to the 4/3, which is going to be 16. So if we write this first one with logs, we're going to have x squared log 2 equals y log 4. So then we're going to have, or maybe 2 to the x squared equals 2 to the 2y. So x squared equals 2y. And x to the 3 over 2 equals y for that one. So we can substitute. So if I divide by x to the 3 halves, that's going to be x squared over x to the 3 halves, and that's subtraction because we're dividing. So if I square both sides, that gives me x is 4. And then if I do y is 4 to the 3 over 2, that's going to be 8. Because you've got the square root of 4 cubed. All right, this one I can rewrite as 2 cubed to the y, 2 squared to the 2x plus 3. And we're going to have 2 to the 3y is 2 to the 4x plus 6. So this is one thing, one equation. And the other one, if we get, so if we write 4 as log base 2 of something, that's going to be 16. And then if we get these together by multiplying, we're going to have y is 16x. That can go over here. So 48x minus 4 is 44x. So x is 6 over 44, which is going to be 3 over 22. So y is 16 times 3 over 22. And then 2 goes in that 8, 11. So this is 24 over 11. Okay, okay. So we've got log base 2 of y minus 1. 1 as log base 2 is log base 2 of 2. And since we're adding here, we're just going to write 2x. So we've got y minus 1 equals 2x, so y equals 2x plus 1 for that one. Now this one, log base 3 of y squared, when the 2 pops up, 2 as log base 3 is that. And we're adding, so that's 9x. So for this one, we've got y squared equals 9x. So I'm going to substitute into this one, 2x plus 1 squared equals 9x. So we're going to have 4x squared plus 4x plus 1 equals 9x. And then it's quadratic, so we have minus 5x plus 1 is 0. And we know 1 is here and here. And we need 4x and x and negative. So x is 1/4 or x is 1. And both of those actually work. So if we have y is 2 times 1/4 plus 1, that's 3 halves. And y is 2 times 1 plus 1, which is 3. And I think both of those work as well. So we're going to have 1/4, 3 over 2, and 1/3. Okay, for this one, we have to make the same base. 2 of y over log base 2 of 4. So that is going to be 2. If we multiply everything by 2, it's going to be 2 log base 2 of x, which is log base 2 of x squared, minus log base 2 of y equals 2. And now we can get these together. X squared over y equals 2. So we have 2 squared equals x squared over y. So I would have y is x squared over 4. Okay, that's for one side. This one we can straight away write in exponential. 2 cubed equals 3x minus y. So 8 is 3x minus, and I'm going to put in x squared over 4, multiplying everything by 4. And getting it equal to 0. And we need x and 8 and 4. So x is 8 or x is 4. So those look like they're fine in the original. So we would have y is 8 squared, 64 over 4, which is 16. And for this one, we'd have 4. Okay, so for this one, if we make the same base, or no, I guess we can write this exponentially. So we're going to have log base x of 5 over to the 4th, equals log base 5 of x. And I'm going to make that the log base 5. So log base 5 of 5 to the 4th over log base 5 of x equals that. And this here up top is going to be 4. Cross multiplying, we're going to have log base 5 of x squared. Square root both sides. And we're going to have 5 to the plus or minus 2 is x, which is 25 or 1 over 25. So for this one, we write it exponentially. 3 to the x equals 3 to the x plus 5 to the x minus 25. And conveniently, those subtract away. So we're going to have 0. So we'll have 5 to the x equals 25. X is 2.